Welcome everybody, this is Jason Secrest, and we are going to go through an easy step-by-step Adobe Illustrator tutorial, and this one is going to be specifically for brand new users to Adobe Illustrator, and we are going to go nice and slow. We're actually going to break this up into multiple steps, so it is a lot more easy and user-friendly for you. So let's get started on our cute little popsicle character. So things that we are going to be focusing in on this tutorial is specifically building with shapes. So we are going to be using our rectangle as well as our ellipse tool, and pretty much that is it. So we are not going to be doing anything else. We are going to be adding in our shape builder, but there is going to be no pen tool. So some of you are going to like that. So let's get started. I'm done yapping. So up at the top, you are going to see File New. I'm going to maintain my 5" by 5" format. Pretty much all of our tutorials will stay in that same dimension just to keep your life nice and easy. I am in CMYK color today, and then my raster effects is 300 ppi. If your default is 150, that would be fine as well. So I'm going to click on Create. Let's just do a little housekeeping first. Now under Window, under Workspace, I have my Essentials Classic. And so what that is going to relate to is all of these toolbars over on the right hand side. If we ever go over there and you do not see something, just understand that it is going to be under that window palette. Next, under View, I have my Smart Guides turned on. I also have my Snap to Point turned on, and then I personally like to hide my artboards. So you do not necessarily need to do that. I just think it looks a little bit cleaner in the video. But we are going to continue on. So we are going to go to File. We are going to drop down to Place, and what we are looking to do is create a template layer. I am going to click on Place, and I'm just going to plop that right on down. Now up at the top, you are going to notice that I have Align to Artboard, and then all I need to do is click Center, Center, and it'll be magically ready to go for me. So that's really all I need to do for that step. Now what I want to do is, this is a little bit bright, so just so it doesn't compete with our eyeballs in what we are about to build, I want to drop down that opacity. So notice that it is still selected. I'm going to come over, look for those little circles. I'm going to go into my transparency, and I'm going to do 25%, and I just want to see if that will do us justice. I think that'll be just fine. And then I'm going to come into my layers menu, and then I'm going to lock it out. So now this is our template layer. I'm going to drop down, let's create a new layer, and I'm going to call this one, let's call this one Face. We're going to be dealing with our shapes today, so you can just drag that right on out. We're really only going to be using our rectangle tool as well as our ellipse tool, and then we're going to be bouncing back and forth between our white arrow and our black arrow. So let's get into it, and I'll go through each one of those as we go through it. So we are going to just do this outside. We're going to do some of these drips. We're going to do the stick. And that's about it. So this one we are going to be dealing with our rectangle tool. Same thing is true. I'm going to draw this out. And before we even draw it out, just pay attention that there is a fill. So I want to get rid of that fill for right now. And I am just going to drag things out. I'm just on my rectangle tool. And I only have to do one side over here. Let's just zoom in. I'm actually going to select all of these. I'm going to go into my stroke, and I'm just going to knock those down to 1 for right now, and we can always come back and modify. I'm going to click on L. L is my ellipse tool. And again, I am holding Shift as well as Alt, and I can already tell that there's somebody going to say, why are we doing so many shortcuts? My brain does not come over here whatsoever. It will always go L. So it will always move to the shortcut. So as you are learning, I think it is just as fast to learn your shortcuts than it is to come over and do a lot of hunting. So what happens with beginners is you're doing hunting, tool hunting. So it's actually a lot faster just to click on L, since you already know where your keys are on your keyboard. Alright, so let's just do a couple little things. What I am looking to do is I'm going to let everything just line up as best as possible. If I zoom in, and I'm going to just do this so you guys can see it, you do not necessarily have to do this step, but if I go Control Y, I want to make sure that all of my lines are pretty well touching. especially over here. So we're going to be doing a nice little shape builder, And what we are looking to do is go right around that circle, and it'll be nice and clean for us. So this one will just be a little bit more of our stroke that we are going to be lining up later, and we might modify that a little bit too, but that is what we are looking for. Control Y. So if things are overlapping weird, this next step might not work out that well, so do just click on Control Y, zoom in, and then just double check that everything is nice and clean. Since we had our snap to point, it should line up and it should try and align to that line for you. So I'm going to click on both of these with my white arrow. So notice I'm on the bottom two, and I'm just going to drag those up. Same thing is true. I'm holding down Shift. Notice that I let go, so this one is not selected anymore. And I'm just going to drag that right on up. Let's click on our nice little popsicle stick. I am going to click on A, white arrow. I'm going to click the top two, and then I'm going to actually do, the shortcut is S, and S is this nice little scale tool. So what we're going to do is just scale. So I'm just going to drag in that top. So I'm going to click on my white arrow. I'm just going to deselect, and I just want to grab those bottom two. Same thing, just drag until it stops. White arrow, let's grab the bottom two. I'm going to click on S. Again, that is the scale tool. And it's just going to be real subtle. And notice that they both go together. So this is a really easy and fun little tool if you want to make sure that things are moving together. Good, I'm going to click on A. Notice that my round corners pop up. And it's just going to be a real subtle little bottom curve. Let's come up to the top. Notice that the bottoms are not selected right now. And then I'm going to drag all the way in. And we have a popsicle. Look at that. So let's just grab all of these. Notice I am on my black arrow. Shortcut is V. And I'm going to hold down my Alt Option. So I'm going to be duplicating this over. That looks good. I'm going to right click, transform, and then reflect. And I want that to go around that vertical axis. So I'm going to click on OK. And what I want to do is group. And I'm just going to align these just to double check. And then we're actually going to have to come back, and I believe we're probably going to have to ungroup this. So notice I selected this one. So now I have a align to key object. And now I'm going to go down the center. So I'm really looking at this point right here in that circle. I want that to just be on that line. So to make a key object, now I can align this one since we spent some time already fixing this one. Now I can align this object to that one. Pretty cool. Alright, we're going to have so much fun right now. Let's ungroup both of these just so we can do our next step. So notice that we have these kind of cheek shapes. I am not going to be grabbing those for this next step. I'm just grabbing my drips. I'm drawing my popsicle shape, and then those two little circles right there. Alright, let's have some fun. We are going to come over to Shape Builder. And notice that it is going to highlight. And all we need to do is just drag through those drips. I'm going to drag through those drips. Boom! That was it. Look at that. Now I'm going to zoom in. We're actually going to get rid of these two. So I'm on my Shape Builder. Same thing that we did before. If I hold down Alt and or your Option, I'm going to get a minus. And now I can get rid of those two shapes. Let's come over to our stroke panel. Now I'm going to bump this up to 5, and then I want this one to go on the outside. And we've got some strays, so we're going to clean up our anchors here. So I'm just zooming in. Again, right now I'm on my spacebar, by the way. I'm looking for the little stray, and I'm clicking on minus, and I'm able to just get rid of any of those strays. So minus is delete anchor point. Let's grab our little handle here. Let's bump that up to 5 as well. And I think I want this one to go on the inside. So while we are doing some of these, it's just so you can see that there's different options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump those up to 5. And then what I want to do is zoom in, so Z. And I'm just kind of thinking of where I might want a partial circle. So I'm going to click on C, and C is our scissor tool. And I'm noticing that it says path. So I'm going to snip, and I'm just going to come around here. I'm going to snip again. And then all that's going to do is just picture this as a piece of string, and I want to get rid of a piece of string. So I'm cutting twice on that path, and then I can click on delete. I'm going to select this one in my stroke panel. There's this fun little round cap. And what I'm going to do is just try and hide this just right on there. Let's do it again. I'm going to go a little bit long. Notice it says path, snip. So I'm on black arrow, and then it's going to highlight, and then I can click on delete. The thing that happens is what people will forget is that the second snip. And I'm just using my arrow keys just to make sure it kind of hides right down in there. Let's lock that guy out. Now what I want to do with this body is pretty much our strokes are done. So that's really, really cool. So what I want to do is duplicate out the body. And let's just label this one our color layer. So I want to grab everything on this layer. Again, we have duplicated it out. So all the stuff we just did is already there. And I am going to be doing live paint for this one. It's going to be a little bit easier as we move into Pathfinder for some future steps. So there is some thought process behind this. So I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go to Object Expand. I'm going to do it again. So I'm looking for Expand Appearance, and then I'm going to expand. I'm usually looking for that pop-up. And now everything is expanded. I'm going to unite all of our black. It is nice and clean. So notice that if I just Control Z, the only ones that we really have is down at the bottom here. We've got some overlapping. So as soon as I unite, all of that is going to be one big shape. So I'm going to go Control 0. Up at the top you'll see Objects. I am going to drop down to see where it says Live Paint, and then I'm going to click on Make. And now we need our swatches. So I'm going to come over to our swatch panel. So what I want to do is just grab kind of our middle orange. I'm going to click on K, which is our live paint bucket, and I'm just going to fill in some nice flat orange. And what that's doing is it's actually filling in right around into that shape. So it's already incorporating our nice little circles into it. Beige, and then I'm just going to fill in that popsicle stick, and that was it. So notice these little icons. Whenever we do live paint, we do need to expand and finish live paint. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click on Ungroup, and I just want to make sure that I can grab each one of those separately. I'm going to color this one a little bit darker. I'm going to come up to Object. We are going to drop down to Path, and then I want to do an offset path. And I'm going to go negative, and let's start with 0.5. Let's just see how close we get. And I do want to round those out. And if I click on Preview, I am just seeing if we have a nice little stroke going all the way around. Let's see what happens if that goes to 0.075. I am okay with that. So let's click on OK. Now while this is still selected, now I can color this a little bit lighter. So what we actually have, if I just drag this off, is I have two big shapes. So I've got this shape, and then I have this shape. And if I ever want to move and just double check, that was just me moving. And then if I go Control Z, that'll just move right back. So when we start cutting this out, I have a shape to cut out. So there is a little bit of a difference between the offset path and the stroke. Even though it looks like a stroke, we actually built two major shapes. That is good. Let's do the same thing here. I'm going to go Object, Path, and then I want to do an offset path. Click on OK. And I'm just going to go one step up. Let's start bringing in some of our drips and some of our highlights. So let's just kind of have that ready to go. Let's just have these so you guys can see it. So it looks like we're building stuff. So I'm going to go New Layer, and I just want that above the color layer. So I just want to grab a nice little rectangle. I'm going to go Shift X. I'm holding down my Shift as I grab those two anchors. Notice I'm on the white arrow, and I'm dragging that down. So I'm going to have black arrow. Everything is now selected. And I am just going to drag that over. Again, I'm holding down Alt Option. I've actually let go of my mouse, and I'm still holding on to Alt Option. So really hang on to that thing. And if that dragging on the Alt Option is any frustration whatsoever, just understand that you can always do Edit Copy, Edit Paste, and then just use your arrow keys. So that isn't a possibility. So I'm going to align to selection. Let's just double check that those are in fact centered. I am now going to group them artboard, and I just want to double check that those are in fact centered into the middle. So whenever we group into the middle, just remember I did group both of those before I did so. So these are going to be Shift X, and then I want those to be our darker colors. So if I come back over to our body, I want that to be a little bit darker, and we are going to pop in some highlights, so those are going to pop out a little bit more as well. Do one side and then we'll do the other side. I am just going to do the major parts first. This is a highlight, so I don't necessarily have to worry about it quite yet. Alright, I am going to zoom in, and what I'm looking for is this to actually line up on those two drips. So notice that I'm kind of pulling it away, and then if I come back, it'll actually snap into place and I'll get my intersect. So notice that it highlights, and that is what that snap is doing for us. So I'm just double checking that those are nice and clean for us. I am on my white arrow. I'm just going to select the two bottom ones, and again we're just doing our nice little drip. Just drag on up. So I will zoom in so you can see what we're doing, and I'm just going to color this just so you can see what we're doing. You do not necessarily have to do that, but just so it's not competing with this other shape. Just seeing if that's going to affect it. More than likely it might. Alright, so I want to grab those shapes. Same thing, let's come over to our shape builder. And I am just going through everything. So I want nice round corners. If I hold down my minus, then I can just get rid of the nice little circle. And then what I want to do is I want to have my black, and all I'm going to do is take my scissor and I'm just going to kind of snip, and then I'm just going to snip over here, and I just want to get rid of that top part. So all I'm looking for on the top up here is that there's one point. There should be one point, so there's no random little strays. I am going to up my stroke to 5. Open up your stroke, and then I want to round those caps. So when they are selected, round those caps. So I am going to just drag that on over. Same thing, I'm going to right click, transform, and I want to make sure that that is being reflected on the vertical axis. Just click on OK. And I'm just kind of eyeballing right now. As long as it comes pretty close to the other circles, that will work out just fine. The major one is we just want it to go through the top of our little drips right there. I am just dragging this up so it's aligned, and then I'm just going to drag that on up until there's a tiny bit of a gap. So notice that these are all selected, and then I can just kind of make a nice little pill. Let's do the same thing. I'm just going to round out those corners. Nice little rectangle. Click on A, just round that out. I'm just going to duplicate this one over so I can use my scale. Now whenever I scale, just notice that I'm going to still round those back out, and let's just see, maybe I want a little one over here. Now on this one, since it's centered, I do want to just double check that it is in fact centered down the middle. Let's just round those out. So I'm going to select this one. I want to come up to the top, drop down to warp, and then I want to arc. So I'm going to zero out all of these bottoms. So these horizontal as well as the vertical. All we're really looking for right now is that it's pretty even with that top. I think 40 will do it. I'm going to click on OK. And notice that it is giving us kind of this ghost. What I want to do is just apply the effect. So I'm going to pretty much just finish it up. So if you see or you ever hear expand appearance, I'm just finishing the warp, and that's really all it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab all of these. These are going to be highlights. Grabbing my darks. I'm going to go Shift X since we've already colored them. Now what we're looking to do is get rid of this little overlapping right here. So I am going to select all of our shapes. Let's do a nice little shape builder. Again, I want Alt, and then I want to just get rid of that overlapping. So again, I'm holding down Alt to get to that minus. Notice that everything is selected. Man, that was easy. Man, that was too easy. So I'm going to go Control 0, and I don't know about you guys, but that is a good place to save. I feel like we've done quite a bit of work. So whenever you get the pop-up, just click on OK. Typically the defaults are going to be just fine for you.